After 49 years, the legal sham of Roe v. Wade no longer looms over our nation. Now, it's up to the legislatures in each state to enact laws that affirm the court's decision, stating that the U.S. Constitution does not confer a right to abortion.
God, you are faithful and true, and we have nothing more to say but thank you, God.
The reactions have been emotional and, at times, violent.
We will abolish abortion!
The opinion in the Dobbs case, written by Justice Samuel Alito, points out that abortion is not mentioned in the Constitution, nor deeply rooted in this nation's history and tradition. It also states that Roe was, quote, on a collision course with the Constitution from the day it was decided.
This is certainly a day that pro-lifers have been waiting for 49 years. Today's Supreme Court decision was a step to protect the most precious and basic right, the right to life.
Pro-lifers celebrated right here outside of the Supreme Court just last Friday. Justices Barrett, Kavanaugh, Thomas, and Gorsuch all agreed with Alito's opinion. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote a separate opinion, saying that he agreed Mississippi's law should be upheld, but that the larger question of the constitutionality of Roe should have been decided at a later date. Justice Alito wrote, quote, Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. Its reasoning was exceptionally weak, and the decision has had damaging consequences. And far from bringing about a national settlement of the abortion issue, Roe and Casey have inflamed debate and deepened division. It is time to heed the Constitution and return the issue of abortion to the people's elected representatives. Senators on Capitol Hill also weighed in, celebrating the end of Roe.
As we move forward as a nation, I believe greater attention should be paid to the needs of pregnant women and their babies.
Baptized Catholic President Joe Biden called the Supreme Court's decision a tragic error and urged the Department of Health and Human Services to make dangerous chemical abortion drugs more widely available. His administration has widely followed Biden's lead, with the Department of Justice and the Pentagon both issuing statements promoting access to abortion. And we're now joined by Attorney General Lynn Fitch herself, who represented Mississippi's pro-life law at the Supreme Court. General Fitch, thank you so much for joining us. For so long, our hands have been tied due to Roe versus Wade, yet the people of your state chose to defy the extreme status quo of abortion on demand. And now, today, that has led to all 50 states being free to pass pro-life laws of their choosing. What does this moment mean to you?
Well, it's incredible. It's historic, and it's a brand new day for the American people. We just turned the page on Roe v. Wade. I mean, what a victory for women and children and the court itself. And I truly commend the court for restoring constitutional principle and returning this very important decision back to the people of each respective state. And now we can really get on with the job of empowering women and promoting life.
Right. And in the few days since Roe has been struck down, at least 12 states have already enacted laws ending abortion. Many more are expected to follow in the coming days, including your state of Mississippi. So what's the plan in Mississippi, and what does all of this momentum across the country signal to you?
Well, again, it's a very critical time for all of us. I did certify our trigger law, which will go into effect July the 7th, sent that information to the Secretary of State. Also sent written notice to the Jackson Women's Healthcare Organization, notifying them of my certification.
Very exciting that soon in Mississippi, pretty much all abortions will be illegal. So many babies will be saved. And you said that now that the Supreme Court has spoken definitively and ended Roe, that the challenge falls to us, the American people, to come alongside mothers and their young children, their babies. What policies can be implemented in the states to really restore a pro-family culture?
Well, it really does. And, you know, in our brief and in our argument, we talked about we had to have a holistic discussion about empowering women and promoting life, that it wasn't an either or. And so 50 years had gone by and we'd had this special set of rules that applied to abortion. And now we don't. And so now we need to step up and be engaged in truly empowering women. So that means we need to do a lot of things. We need to drive towards solutions where, first and foremost, we talk about childcare. We make it affordable and quality childcare for women. Talk about how we can enforce child support payments, because for far too long, women have borne the financial burden. We've certainly got to talk about the streamlining the adoption process and reevaluating the foster care system and connecting these children with loving families more quickly, because the families are there and they can help these children thrive with the love and compassion. We've got to talk about different options for the workplace environment, like flexibility and maternity and paternity leave. And then also we've got to provide that safety net to our pregnancy crisis resource centers. We've got to have the resources and tools. So these are some challenges, but they're great opportunities, and we're ready to take on this job. I mean, it'll involve everyone doing that, private, public, everyone stepping up. And so it is an exciting time.
It is, and it sounds like you've got a great plan to get things moving. And Attorney General, what is your message to women who don't agree with us, who might be resistant to this post-Roe world and all of the help that we have to offer them?
Well, in this post-Roe world, we're looking at it from a different perspective. We are truly there to empower women. Again, 50 years ago, you didn't have the choice, you either or, and so now you do. And so we want to help women have their fullest dreams come true, their professional lives, and yet be that outstanding, compassionate, loving mother that they'd like to do as well.
So wonderful, and it's such an exciting time for our movement. Much of it is attributed to you and your team, so thank you so much, Attorney General Lynn Fitch of Mississippi. God bless you.
Thank you so much, and we truly appreciate my team, myself, the prayers, and the support.
Of course, we're always right behind you.
Thank you.